Today's video blog is all about grandparenting and some of the challenges and unique role of being a grandparent of a child with autism. Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, autism mom, board-certified behavior analyst, and best-selling author of The Verbal Behavior Approach. Each week, I provide you with some of my ideas about turning autism around. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should do that now. Today, we are talking about grandparenting a child with autism. And I recently interviewed a grandma, I call her Gung-ho Grandma, Diane, whose grandson, Jude, was diagnosed with autism in June of 2019. But prior to that, in February of 2019, she had a friend recommend my toddler online course and community. So Diane quickly fell into my world way before the diagnosis. And some of the changes that she's seen in Jude, he had 0 words. Now he's talking. He's actually talking in sentences, using contractions, using no, just a bunch of great progress. He's imitating, he's matching, he's following directions, he's not eloping, and just all kinds of wonderful things that Diane talked to us about on the podcast. So if you want to listen to that full podcast with Grandma Diane, you can go to marybarbera.com/37. That's the podcast episode. But this video blog, I wanted to share some of the statistics that I found about grandparents from a great free guide that I downloaded from Autism Speaks called The Grandparent's Guide to Autism. And it is by Autism Speaks. You'll have to go on their website to download your free copy, but it is free. In about 30% of the time, grandparents were the first to notice that there was a problem in their grandchild's development. And I know that my mother-in-law mentioned to my husband pretty early on, before Lucas's diagnosis, that she thought his development was off track. But my husband was the first one to notice it. I just got into a big state of denial. Also in this guide, 90% felt that the experience of facing their grandchild situation together had brought them and their adult child closer. I know with my parents, they're both in their 80s now, and they have both been tremendously supportive for Lucas and for my family, and they've been a big part of my life. And I would say that our involvement with autism has probably brought us closer as well. 72% of grandparents said they play some role in making treatment decisions for their grandchild. More than 7% said they'd actually combined households to help. And 34% said they take care of their grandchild at least once a week. There are, as part of this guide, there are some suggestions too if you are not living near your grandchild with autism. So you definitely want to check out that guide, I think, if you are a grandparent and in any way you want to learn some more information. I'm just giving you some highlights from this grandparent guide. Some ways that you can support your child and your grandchild. Ask if you can babysit your grandchild for a few hours overnight so that your adult child can get a break. If you live at a distance and are not comfortable babysitting your grandchild, you may want to offer to pay for some respite or pay for a babysitter. You want to educate yourself and your extended family about autism. Diane found my online course. She took it. We have several grandparents right within our courses. Actually, all of them, I believe, are grandmothers versus grandfathers, but they're a big part of our community. And in many situations, like Diane, who I interviewed for the podcast, she's retired. She was and still is an avid reader, and she was able to really get ahead of what she needed to do to help her grandson. So education is just so key. You want to, if possible, be active in your grandchild's treatment and development. You are in a unique position to help fight the social stigmas, disclosing that you have a family member with autism, and also you might be in a position where you're on boards of hospitals or something, or you can do public advocacy, meet with legislators to try to get autism awareness, acceptance, treatment, funding, research to the next level. So this guide also says that grandparents have common reactions to grief when their grandchild is diagnosed. They can be in denial, like I was, saying things like, this cannot be happening to my family. Fear, what will happen to my grandchild when I can no longer help? Anger, this comes from my daughter's side, spouse's side of the family, blaming on something. There's no way to tell where this came from. So in terms of, these are some of the stages of grief. Guilt, did I do something to cause this? Confusion, being overwhelmed by all the information is just so common for both parents and grandparents. Powerlessness and disappointment, worrying about whether you're going to be able to have a somewhat normal relationship with your grandchild. So I'm sure there's other reactions too. I know as Lucas got older and bigger, and he had a period of time when he had some severe problem behaviors like aggression, my parents were worried that they would get injured. And so we want to acknowledge the role of grandparents, the grief response of grandparents, the what they can do to support the family and the grandchildren. So again, I would recommend going to Autism Speaks, downloading, Googling the Grandparents Guide to Autism. Check out that podcast with Grandma Diane at episode number 37. And if you like this video and you know other grandparents who might benefit, I hope you will share this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. And if you would like more information about potentially joining my online courses and community, go to marybarbera.com/workshop. And I hope to see you right here next week.